protect your credit during the divorce? My name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. How do you protect your credit is always a thing. It's always a thing during divorces, particularly because one spouse is always worried that the other one's going to go on a spending spree or that the bills aren't going to be paid on time. Usually the spending sprees are not really the issue because the court can order that the parties stop spending or that certain bills be paid to restore the credit. The court can do that. The more difficult problem you have is that the spending is going to continue, but all of a sudden the bills aren't being paid on time. Your husband used to pay all the bills on time, and that was preserving of your credit and the cards in both names, and that's great. Now all of a sudden he's not paying them. He's not paying him because he doesn't care. He's got enough credit in his own name, but your credit is being killed in the process. What do you do about that? Well, the first thing you do is have your attorney file a motion to maintain the status quo. Maintaining the status quo will require the payment of certain bills to be paid in a timely manner. And your lawyer, in seeking an order to maintain the status quo, can itemize the things which are of concern. The Visa bill, the MasterCard, the Discover. You want those things paid and you want them paid on time. Now, he'll come into court and say, well, Your Honor, in light of her filings, there's only so much money to pay. And now I've got to pay lawyer bills. I've got to pay this. I don't have the money to pay all these off. I'll do whatever you want, but this is all the money that I have. In that situation, the court may order a curtailment of the spending, or the court may order that the bills be paid on time, but they be paid in smaller increments. There may be a situation where, you're carrying over a balance. I'll tell you one thing, from a credit standpoint, carrying a balance is not as big of a credit ding as not paying a bill in a timely manner. If you don't pay your Discover bill in full on time, but you pay it within the time limits, you pay, let's say it's a $1,500 bill. All along you've been paying $1,500 before the 28th, which is the cutoff. Now there's no money to pay that bill, but there's $500 to pay it, or there's minimum payments you can pay up until the 28th. The credit impact of paying the bill on time but just not paying it all, that's a lot that's a lot better toward your bad credit. It's sort of a double negative there. Let me say it in a clear way. Paying it in a smaller amount but still paying it in time is much more supportive of the continuation of your credit than not having the money, so therefore you don't pay it, now you miss the payment. Not missing a payment is going to be a serious credit implication for you. Therefore, if you're worried that your ex is not going to pay the bills or not going to pay them on time, I would say that you should file appropriate motions with the court and get a budget of how we're going to pay the bills in conjunction with the court status quo order. You should be saying that, look, even if he doesn't have the money to pay bills on time in full, he should still be paying them on time so that it doesn't destroy credit. The only impact of not paying a bill in full but paying it on time is that you'll be using more of your credit. In that sense, the more of your credit that you use, it could impact your score. A point or two here, it may drop as you use more and more credit, but not paying a bill at all, that's going to be a serious drop in your credit. So you have to bring this to the attention of the court so that the court can have this appropriately monitored so that some payment is made on time so that the impact to your credit score is going to be as nominal as humanly possible in your divorce circumstance. If you have any questions about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.